Alright guys, we're up here in Northeastern Wisconsin, heavily pressured area, part of the state. We're going to be heading into some public. We got one day to get a deer down. Whether it's a doe or buck, we really don't care. The goal is we're going to do a bunch of scouting, hit this property, several properties up, and whatever one has a hot sign is what we're going to hunt. This is my stepbrother Brian here.
Yep.
So he's pretty excited to get some deer meat in the freezer. So that's a goal. One day, I don't know, should we call it the one day challenge?
Let's do it.
All right, talk to you guys later. All right guys, found some decent sign. It looks like to be more rut sign in here. I think Brian's gonna hit this up during the rut, but got a nice rub from last year here. There's several other rubs in here. We think this is kind of a thermal hub where they come in here and make some rubs at night when the thermals are dropping, but it's good to see. You might have some target bucks to go after this. All right guys, we ended up finding a possible doe spot for Brian this evening. Kind of want to break down the spot.
Well, it's kind of off a marsh edge with some white oaks. Currently not dropping right now, but definitely a good sign of browsing. I mean, a little bit older browsing, but fresh prints.
Yeah, I think that was really the only high spot out there right now, because it seems like these marsh bottoms are really flooded right now.
Yeah, all that rain that we've been getting, plus calling for 2 more inches tomorrow.
Yeah, and I guess why we're thinking he can get on some does if he decides to hunt that spot is because we saw fresh tracks that were made this morning going right through there. So
yep.
So I think we're feeling pretty positive about the spot.
Yep, I'm gonna go check out a few more before we have to get dressed and hit the stand.
All right guys, after me and Brian spent 11 miles screwing around here today, we're gonna spot and talk a deer that we just saw across the path right here. How you can go from dead tired and see one deer and get all excited. What do you think, Brian? You excited?
Yeah, this will be interesting. Let's do it.
Alright guys, the last spot we saw that doe was right in these woods over here. The wind's kind of swirly in here. I think we just off the edge of this timber where it meets the CRP. She's not that way, she's going that way. Hey! Let's go. She's gotta go across. Go. There she is. That's a good plan. Alright guys, so here's what happened. So Brian and I just put a stalk on that doe. We jumped her out of a bed right here. She ran in this way. We know she didn't cross over into the field. I'm gonna go over here, try and kick her out. Brian's gonna be on this end. Let's go. Alright guys, I know the end of that video got a little choppy, but Brian ended up getting a 10-yard shot at that doe. I want to discuss the strategy that we're using to try and get that doe. It's probably a better gun strategy than it is bow strategy, but I'd really like to go over the strategy that we use, because I feel like this gun season, if you're hunting river bottoms, and especially with the rivers being high this year, this tactic could be really useful for you. So let's get into the map here, and
discuss what tactic we used. Alright guys, first of all I want to say this is an example map before we get into this, but it's pretty similar to what we were hunting. So we had a river, we were hunting kind of an oxbow area, and we ended up noticing this bedding area. We kind of scouted it midday, and we were hoping that we'd catch a doe coming back into that bedding area throughout the day. So what we ended up doing is coming in on a just off wind, and we knew that the river was flooded. It was moving very fast, very deep. We knew deer weren't going to be able to cross that river. So if we knew we had a doe trapped in here, we could make a play on her. We could spot and stalk her, which ended up happening. We ended up coming in from this direction. That's where you guys saw us bump that doe. Unfortunately, Brian wasn't able to get a shot off on her, but we were within 10 yards. He would have got a shot at her for sure if it was gun season. She ended up going in this direction. That's when you saw us run really fast and cut her off before she could get into the egg field. And Brian ended up putting another stalk on her and ended up getting a shot at her at 10 yards, like I said. And he just shot high over her back. But in a gun situation, definitely would have paid off. So I believe that this tactic, if you're hunting river bottoms with oxbows, and those deer can't cross that heavy, fast-flowing river, and if the water stays high like it is, I could see this tactic being really useful for you guys. Of just getting in there on a just off wind, maybe having some guys wrap around and post up in this location where the wind can't get in that bedding area, and having guys come from the direction from the north, and you guys could probably do pretty well in that situation. I am all out of words, and I hope you guys use this strategy in your gun seasons. Good luck to y'all out there.